All right, question number one. When speaking about 2K to bring it, was that in the heat of the moment? Do you regret saying it? Well, I don't regret saying it. The context of the question that Hip Hop Gamer asked me was if the license should become available. So under that context, my answer remains, we accept any challengers, anyone who wants to make a football game. We would actually really appreciate the opportunity to compete against someone, and we're still hoping that someone steps up and actually does it. Next question. Do you feel in any field a company can essentially have a monopoly and still innovate a product continually?
Not just him, but he's like
So, our desire to innovate does not require a competitor pushing us. As a game designer and a guy who loves Madden and is passionate about Madden, and a team who's passionate about Madden, you're constantly thinking of ideas that are going to push the needle, move the envelope, deliver game-breaking innovation. And if a competitor was going to come along, I don't think that changes anything. We desperately want to make the game better, regardless if there's competition or not. Next. Do you feel it would have benefited the consumer and ultimately advanced football game as a whole if the market had multiple developers pushing the proverbial envelope? I don't want to speculate on what may or may not have happened. I do think that there's room in the marketplace for more than one football game. I actually believe that there's room in the marketplace for an unlicensed football game. I'd love to see somebody remake Cyberball 2020 or Jerry Glanville's Pigskin Football or whatever it is. So I do think there's opportunities out there for people to have success with an unlicensed game. But I don't want to speculate on what might have happened if other big publishers were still making football games. Would you agree Madden still trails 2K in certain areas? My answer to that is yes, and I think Madden is a lot better than 2K in a lot of other areas. What improvements do you think are most overlooked by gamers? So this is interesting. I actually don't think the improvements are overlooked by most of the Madden core. I think the Madden core appreciates everything we've done over the past 3 to 4 years since Cam's reign has kind of started and Clint and I have been on the team, kind of taking it in a different direction. And it's taken us a few years to get to this authentic simulation model that we wanted. But I think the main thing that gets overlooked is people who haven't played or bought Madden in a long time still assume that it's a crap game, and I think that that's a mistake. And if they actually went out and played Madden 15 or Madden 16, they would feel like, wow, this game has really come a long way in the last couple of years. So if you're one of those people, give us another chance. Let's say you have unlimited resources. Oh my God, if only. What is the one area you personally would focus on the most? Well, resources don't change the number one thing that I want to focus on, which is authentic football simulation, and we're not there yet. We're pushing towards that goal. We're getting closer every year, but we're not there yet. The other thing that I would bring up is animation quality. What I inherited as creative director of gameplay was an animation system that at times is wonderful and at times is really problematic. And there's legacy stuff going on in there and a lot of things we have to get to, but cleaning up that house is priority number one for me, and making sure that the game in motion looks as good as the best-in-class sports titles out there. And I think we can all agree that while Madden is a great game and it's fun to play, the game in motion does not look as good as some of the best-in-class sports titles, and we have got to get over that hump. And I have a responsibility as gameplay creative director to make sure we deliver on that promise.